Hi, my name is Bruce Steward. I'm a technical service manager with FMC located out of Choctaw, Oklahoma. I cover Oklahoma, Kansas, and then that northern Texas panhandle.
Yeah, and I'm Jared Miller, FMC RMM for Central Kansas. Guys, we just wanted to take a second here to talk about some wheat herbicides. It's October almost in Kansas. We caught some early moisture last night, and you know, a lot of the questions and a lot of the information is always around finesse herbicide, which is probably one of our most popular here. But it just seems like a lot of guys are really looking for that product that can be a lot more flexible, especially with, you know, cover crops, alfalfa, some different specialty crops that follow this wheat market. So Bruce, I thought we'd talk about Affinity Broad-Spec today.
Hey, a great topic for sure this time of year, talking about Affinity Broad-Spec. And Affinity Broad-Spec really, as you mentioned, Jared, has some good flexibility to it, but also I know guys are interested in it effectively works on broadleaf weeds. So, you know, Affinity Broad-Spec herbicide is comprised of 2 ALS chemistries, and it goes out around that 0.4 to 1 ounce rate, but we really like to kind of see it at that 0.75 or 3/4 of an ounce rate to do an effective job. It also, to kind of broaden its spectrum, and if you have high weed problems, you know, adding dicamba or MCPE can also really help broaden that weed spectrum that you have. Jared, why don't you tell us a little bit about timing of the product and when to use it in relation to like the crop stage and maybe the size of the weeds, that kind of thing.
Sure. And guys, here in Central Kansas, what I've tried to do with Affinity Broad-Spec is 0.75. Seems to be a pretty good rate for this area. If you are running Affinity by itself, anywhere from 3 leaf all the way up to flag leaf. If we are adding MCPE, which is what I'd highly recommend for a little bit more broad weed spectrum, especially with henbit, chickweed, some of those troublesome weeds, I would always, you know, 3 leaf clear up to boot, early boot. But we do know mare's tail is quite a bit of an issue here in Kansas. So I would always, or at least think about adding 4 to 8 ounces of dicamba banville with that Affinity Broad-Spec for that added mare's tail, and that goes from 2 leaf all the way up to joint. So just understanding that there is some, you know, differences on whether it's MCPE, whether it's dicamba, making sure that you're following labels, looking at that growth stage, whether it is 3 leaf up to joint, 3 leaf up to boot, or with that dicamba, making sure that it's 2 leaf all the way up to, you know, joint there as well. So that's kind of what we've been recommending locally, guys. That seems to be the best fit for our area. So.
Okay, well, thanks. Yeah, so, you know, again, Jared's kind of talked about when to use the product, and you know, a real big attribute about Affinity Broad-Spec is, again, that flexibility to where you can come back with other crops after you apply it. So, you know, for soybeans, grain sorghum, cotton, corn, you know, you're looking at less than 14 days.
And 2 weeks or less.
Yeah, 7 days for soybeans.
Yep.
And a lot of guys are interested, as you'd mentioned earlier, about cover crops.
Becoming more of a popular, you know, tactic around here.
Yeah, so cover crops, sunflowers, alfalfa, you can come back in 45 days after an application. So really, I think the effectiveness and the flexibility is really the 2 strong points about Affinity Broad-Spec herbicide.
No, that's correct, Bruce. And I think, guys, just to kind of wrap this up, that's exactly why we brought this product out here today to kind of, you know, discuss, because I feel like that gets overlooked because finesse is pretty popular, but FMC has got a product that really fits well in that, you know, zone that we need that rotational product. I think Affinity has a place. Don't forget about it. Don't be afraid to, you know, reach out to one of us. Reach out to your local retailer. Have them talk to you about Affinity Broad-Spec, because I do feel like that's got a place in this wheat market this year.
Hey, thanks, Jared, for being here today, and we wish you guys good luck for this growing season, and wish you well, and hope you get a lot of bushels out of your wheat. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.